Oh, hey, I didn't see it.
Oh. Oh my gosh, hi!
Hi, how are you? So good to
I am
see
pretty
you.
good. It is really, really good to see you.
Long time listener, second time caller.
Yes, that officially makes you my number one eavesdropper, I think.
Were a lot
Okay,
of people asking about me?
I have to be honest. We did a podcast together, and there were a few people who reached out, and they all had the same exact question. What do you think that question is? On that, wait.
Something about chemistry.
To an extent, yes. The question that I got consistently from like a few of my friends, like 4 or 5 of them, was, "Why aren't you dating Jeff?" So, should we just kick off this podcast with that question, Jeff?
No, we can save that for later in the show.
Okay. In the show. Okay, so you're sipping on something. I'm sipping on something.
What do you have?
I am drinking a Jameson Black Barrel. Have you heard of Jameson Black Barrel?
I have not.
Okay.
Shout out Jameson Black Barrel. Tell me about it.
They take the whiskey and like age it in these bourbon barrels in America, and it's the best of both worlds, because if you like bourbon, it's got that charred kind of flavoring, but it also has that sweet, I call it sweet, Jameson taste, like a sweet heat. It's really good, and you probably shouldn't be mixing it, but I did. I mixed it with ginger beer and lime, and I'm pretty happy. It's a very high-end Irish mule. So it's really good. I really, really like Jameson. Shout out to Jameson, paying my bills. Woo! Okay. And I don't think I've ever done a shout out for my job ever before. What the hell are you drinking?
It's and some soda water.
Okay. I'm gonna have to bleep out that brand, because that's not one of my brands that I work with.
Okay. Well, it's a tequila. Which one do you represent?
Are you trying to go like super high end premium with it tonight, or are you trying to be like a bartender's favorite like call drink?
I don't want anyone to think that I'm pretentious, so let's just go.
We'll go with
middle of the pack.
the middle, exactly. It's Altos taquitos. Altos tequila that you're drinking tonight. It's voted number 1 tequila by bartenders, so you know it's good. Altos.
And it goes great with taquitos.
Tequila and taquitos. So that'll be my next brand pitch programming for next Cinco de Mayo.
There you go.
So you're drinking tequila and what?
Just some soda water.
Wait, you really? I don't understand the whole soda water thing.
I put a little Sour Patch in it too, so that gives it some flavor.
Interesting. The only thing I don't like doing about that is like it sits at the bottom and it gets very sedimenty, and then you get the salt. I've done this a million times. You get the salt from the Sour Patch that floats to the top of your drink and kind of makes it look muddy and murky and a little questionable.
Yep, that's what's happening.
I always feel like I'm an Inside Out Sour Patch kid, because I'm like super sweet.
First you're sweet and then you're sour.
And then I'm a real fucking tart. I'm like, no bitch. Okay, so here's the thing. We're having a conversation and I don't really know why. You were like, let's do a podcast. And I said, well, Jeff, there's a process to the podcast making. And you were like, no, Ella, I have so much to say. So let's just do a podcast and pull it out of our ass on the way. So there's no structure to this podcast at all. And I think it's going to show. I'm going to say right now, my hope for this podcast is entirely bleak.
Well, at least we get to hang out.
So we have no structure here. We have no flow. We're literally just 2 friends drinking on video conference and recording it for the world to enjoy. So I'm going to kick it off. I have a question for you. So how do you have any life updates over the last 2 months? Has anything changed that I might want to know about?
Yeah, actually.
Do you have a girlfriend?
No, I don't.
Okay. You really lit up. You looked super happy, like it was a happy change. So I'm like, okay, someone's getting laid. It ain't me.
No, it is. It's not me either. No, it is a happy change. Okay, so I started sort of a brand, and I'm pretty excited about it. And it's called, it's a little bit quirky, but it's called Fanny Paca. And it's essentially, it's an alpaca that sticks its butt out. And There's t-shirts and tank tops and fanny packs.
Wait, that's actually really, really, really cute. I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen it on Instagram, but seeing it up close on the video, it's super cute. And I really do like the alpaca. And are we going to give some creative credit to anybody on this call?
Ella, you were more or less the inspiration for this alpaca.
No, I helped you because you sent me 3 designs and asked me which one I liked.
No, but I think it goes beyond that. The whole thing started because I got really into iron-on patches after you taught me the possibilities with iron-on patches. And it's like I created this iron-on patch hoodie with an alpaca on it, and every time I went out, I try and work it in the conversation. I'd be like, hey, I know what you're thinking. They'd be like, what? Like, you're thinking that's a really sweet alpaca hoodie, don't you? And eventually, I wanted to make my own t-shirts and fanny packs with that same alpaca. So I drew my own. I had a guy kind of make it more modern and give me all the correct files for it so I could put it on shirts and fanny packs and stuff. And that's where I am today. I used to send you so many patches.
I was just going to say, I feel like we need to rewind and explain the whole iron-on patch situation because I've only really ever used one iron-on patch in my life. It was the same iron-on patch 20 different times, but it was the same iron-on patch each time.
And for you, it wasn't an iron-on patch, it was a hair straightener patch, right?
Wow, we really went there, Jeff. Thank you for revealing the fact that I do not own an iron, as if I'm not wife material enough. No, I do not own an iron, so I had to get creative and use my hair straightener, which, quite frankly, in my opinion, is a much more effective iron because it's a double-sided iron.
No, it is. You get both sides.
It's like a t-shirt press.
It was really an ode to your resourcefulness.
Yeah. But you were sending me patches. Okay, I think on the note of this patches, before we go on that tangent, it is important to me that every episode begins with the same 3 questions. Do you remember what those 3 questions were I asked you on the last podcast?
Who are you? How do we know each other? And something else. I've listened to all your podcasts, so I know.
Oh my God, do you see my face? I'm geeking out. Oh my God, yes. You made my night. Okay, so, yes.
I'm not just a fan, or I'm not just a guest. I'm an eavesdropper, so.
Oh my God. Okay, so, cool. Who are you?
I'm Jeff.
That's sweet.
It is.
Okay, so
and I know you because we used to work together, kind of, where I was at the main location and you were the outside salesperson.
Yes.
And we used to only really communicate through email and phone calls, and you thought I was like a 65-year-old musician, I guess.
In my defense, I won't say the city, but he lived in the same city that you worked, which is a very small city up in Northern California. So I didn't just look up your name. I looked up your first name, last name, and the city. And he actually lives up in Northern California where you used to work. So okay. I wasn't super far off in thinking that
you did your due diligence.
I really did, and he looks epic. Like I almost want to. I feel like we need to send him these podcasts and thank him for the influence he had on this relationship. But yeah, I never intended the relationship to go from the professional to personal, but like even via email, assuming you were older, I just thought you were so quick and witty and funny, and we just vibed. So it was great. But one of the items you used to send me, because you worked at the HQ of a company, a brand that I used to work for, is you would send me iron-on patches. And the reason why I needed those was because the shirts that they gave us to wear were made for men. And there's a difference in women's chests and men's chests, and that's why women have shirts and men have shirts. And the shirts would be large everywhere except my damn chest, and then it was like baggy in all the wrong places, and then uncomfortably tight. And I was like, okay, I got to start buying my own shirts and ironing on brand patches. So I'm branded, but I'm doing it with my own flair. So I started doing like neon stuff and pink shirts and pineapple, inspired by you. And yeah, so that's kind of how it started. And then you just really took off with it, because I don't think I've ironed on another motherfucking patch since I left that job.
I bought so many patches. I got zebras, I got giraffes, I got pugs, I got 3 other kinds of pugs, I got alpacas, I got airplanes.
Okay,
Like,
so
you name it.
as we take it back to the alpaca patches, because I do want to talk about this business you started. I think it's super exciting. I actually have some cool news.
What's
no
that?
joke. Look what came in the mail today. Got a little package.
Did it really?
Yeah. So today I
Wait,
got a
what's it?
package. And here's before I open this package, because I want you to see my reaction before I open this package. I'm so glad
Can we call it an alpackage?
Alpackage it is, Jeff. You're such a dad without the kids. I think that going back to the alpaca, I have a genuine question. Actually, I have 2 questions, and I hope that I don't come off ignorant in saying this. First of all, is it alpaca? Because I really thought it was alpaca. I don't mean to put a wrench in your entire business model.
I think in the United States it's going to be alpaca, but because they're typically Peruvian animals, it's going to be pronounced alpaca, probably.
Okay.
Because the native language, and
I have a tendency to put a Spanish accent on American things, and some people say it makes me sound elegant, but I feel like it makes me sound stupid, or ignorant. So, like, we have a city, actually, like, halfway between you and me, because you're in San Diego. It's called San Clemente, and I call it San Clemente. But then, like, I realized other people don't say San Clemente. Like, that's what I just literally thought it was called, but apparently it's San Clemente. I didn't know. San Clemente. But I think San Clemente sounds way better.
It sounds better, and is probably correct.
Thank you, because it's Spanish. San, hello. Now, here's my next question, and I'm really embarrassed, but I must ask as we start to talk about this. What is the difference between an alpaca and a llama?
A llama. They're cousins. So the main difference is kind of like alpacas are a little bit smaller, a little bit cuter, and their fur is a little bit like curlier and more luxurious.
They're more luxurious. Are the llamas like what America is to the UK? Like the kind of
the llamas look like they're alpaca's friends that like didn't shower for like a week.
Okay, so I was right. Like, the alpacas are the UK with like the accents and the British and the royals, and then the llamas are just the Americans that
right.
Are kind of a trashier version. But the fact is, like, llamas are way more popular than alpacas, but you're going the regal route on your branding.
Because I thought that, like, going with fanny packs and having the alpaca who's sticking its butt out, and a butt is a fanny, so it kind of made sense for me to call it fanny paca.
So, Jeff, I have a question for you. Oh, sorry. Okay. No, go. No. Go. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just going to say that the tagline that I went with was look paca at it. So it's like it's looking at its butt.
Look paca at it. Look paca at it. Look paca at it. Let's make a song together. That'd be fun. I could do that.
Okay.
All right, so here's my question. So I have this package, but I have to be honest, Jeff. I put in an order. I was one of your first customers when you announced this beautiful business. I'm really proud of you, and I like to support my friends. When I support my friends, I try to pay full price, which I did with this purchase. Wasn't given an offer code. Just throwing that out there. But I supported. All right, I'm opening it.
I think you like the color because you went with the blue one, right?
I went with the blue one. It was a really pretty blue. At least it looked pretty online, but online shopping is quite questionable, Jeff. And how soft is this, Jeff? How soft is it? What are we working with here? Okay, wait.
I think you like the soft one.
It's really soft. Like, actually, wait, this is really soft.
Is it too soft?
No. Look at this! Oh my gosh, this alpaca! Stop. This is so flippin' cute. Wait, this is actually super cute. Why did you let me get a large? This is huge, Jeff. Why didn't you send me an email like, hey, Ella, this might be a little bit too big for you because you're so skinny? No. And
also, you ordered a unisex one, too.
Oh, well, that's just because I never know how I'm feeling these days. Okay, look back at it. This is adorable. Do I get like residual? Like I have a feeling that me just wearing this, like I'm a walking billboard for your business. I'm gonna have to convert this to a dress, by the way, a really slutty dress for the summer. So I'll probably yeah, expect to see. This color is a beautiful turquoise. I like that it's textured too. This is actually really freaking cute. I'm so proud of you. I don't even like to be sentimental with you, but this is awesome. Are you proud of yourself?
I had a lot of fun doing it, and it was a really long process. Just like starting with the logo and the design and stuff, needing the graphic designer to do it, and then building out the website. But the longest process was ordering samples and trying to figure out which products I like best and which printers came back with the best quality stuff. And so it took a long time. I got some rejects right here.
Hey, can I have a reject? I'm a reject.
You're not a reject.
I'll take rejects. I'll take whatever I can get.
Creepy as it is, I know your address now.
Oh, did you not have? Oh, you know what? You would have had my address earlier, but you've never come to visit me, Jeff. So it's kind of hard for me. You never offered me presents. You've never bought me flowers, and so yes, now you finally have my address after 2 years of friendship.
We played this last time. The highway works both ways.
All right, I'm going to try this shirt on right now as we speak. So, no, honestly, this is really beautiful. It's super cool. I'm going to have to cut out the part where I'm nice to you because, like, that's no fun. But this is really great. I hope you're really proud of yourself. Can you explain to me really quickly, like, how has the reaction been? Because what it seems to me, I've always wanted to start my own business. Like, I think that what we've seen with this whole COVID crap is that people are really leaning into with their free time, like what actually matters to them, and contemplating on what do I want to do right now. And the fact that you started this business, on my end, it feels really fast. I think it's super cool. Actually, I didn't ask my third question, Jeff.
What's the third question?
Okay, so it's who are you? How do we know each other? And where can people find you online?
Well, let's go with the Fanny Paca Instagram page, which is at Fanny Paca Official. And so it's just FANN, Paca is PACA, and official is how it would normally be. And unfortunately, just regular Fanny Paca was taken by someone who doesn't have any pictures and only 12 followers. So I had to add the official on the end.
Can we talk a little bit about starting a business? Because it is something that I have always been interested on since I've only worked for pretty big, besides the job that you and I had. I've only worked for huge corporations. Starting with my first job, second, actually there was one little one-off, but for the most part, I worked with very, very, very big household names. And so the idea of starting a business is so exciting, but it's also overwhelming to me because I don't know, like, it's like, where do you begin? I've only ever worked in environments that have been established for many, many, many years. So what is the startup, like, what is it like? What has the reaction been? Like, how quickly did you make this happen?
Okay, well, I'll start by saying the reactions have been really, really, really nice. A lot of family and friends have been supportive and sending messages and texting me and saying, "Oh, I really like this. This is great." And then people like you who are placing orders without even saying anything to me, and then I see the notification. It says, "Oh, like has ordered this." Has just been really overwhelming and really nice. As far as the starting out thing, I will say, so I kind of have a part-time job right now also and it's going to sound weird, but I'm working for a guy who owns a company. And I've been kind of using his insight to kind of guide me along the way. You just kind of get the, like entrepreneurial spirit and whatever insight he has to social media or Shopify, which is the platform that he uses and I use now to sell the products. And you just kind of pick up a little bit everywhere you go. But people are really responsive and they're sending me pictures, wearing the gear.
All right, so let me stand up so I can see how this shirt fits me because I am swimming in it. I've also lost a lot of weight in the quarantine, so I'm sure this will fit in a couple months when the holidays come. This is really cute. I don't think I can make it a dress, unfortunately. I think I'm past the days where like my ass ends at the seam of the dress. I love this alpaca in the back. Are you gonna hire me as a model? Am I the next like Instagram model?
Yeah, of course. You're my next unpaid brand ambassador.
I've had a few friends start brands and zero of them have asked me to be a model, so I'm low-key offended. And
can I tell you about Fanny Pack a little bit though?
Oh my god, yes, that's what we're here to. Well, we're not really here to talk about anything, but yes, I want to hear about it.
All right, so kind of the meaning behind it is when I was in 8th grade. This is a little story. I had sort of a big butt. And back in 2002, that was something that was frowned upon. And my friends would kind of make fun of me. And they'd walk around and arch their back and stick their butt out and be like, oh, I'm Jeff, like that kind of thing. But then years later, big butts are something that are, they're sought after. And so I don't like the kind of thing that we're going with Fanny Pack and kind of what it stands for is to just sort of be more comfortable in your skin and proud of who you are and what you are. And so like I want to have as many people as I can send in photos of themselves, and I want to use them all and have everyone be my models. So I'm kind of going with the like be proud of yourself, spread positivity, and be kind.
I think that's sweet. I'm like, wow, it's true. That's what I felt like. He really does have a big butt, guys. He really does, and it's hard as someone who used to have an ass up until coronavirus ate my ass, Jeff. It's a real problem, and I actually looked in the mirror right before this call. It's one of the reasons why I was late, because I was looking in the mirror and I'm like, I'm gonna have to do squats because I work from home, and coronavirus, all of a sudden it is not just flat, just saggy, flapping in the wind, deflated balloon. It's like a really weird thing for me. I am just shocked that I didn't think that was possible. I've had a big ass my whole life, and I've been insecure about it my whole life. Now I'm insecure about it still, but for different reasons. And so, as I personally work towards self-acceptance, I really like knowing that. That's really sweet. When you wrote that in your caption, I really was touched. I thought it was beautiful. I also thought it was really cute that your mother, Carol, was like, I made that rump.
Fanny. I made that Fanny.
I made that Fanny. Oh, because Fanny means butt.
Yeah.
I didn't put that together. I'm just thinking fanny pack, like, because it goes around your waist. But, and then you said the alpaca's butt. I'm so silly. Maybe I'm a little drunk. I think a
butt is a fanny.
A butt is a fanny. That's what is that why it's called fanny pack? Because it sits on your butt. I think of fanny. Yeah. I think of fanny pack as your.
A lot of people wear it on the front, right? Is that maybe what's causing the misconception?
Yeah, it's a fanny pack, but really it's a belly. It's a belly pack.
Because it's originally designed for you to hold your things but have it be out of your way, so it's supposed to rest on your butt.
Which is probably better for your posture, quite frankly.
That's what I was going for.
We're so in sync. You work in a very interesting industry, and I want to know more about that, but I feel like that topic deserves an entire podcast of itself, and we should probably have it after you're no longer working there so you can give me the good, the bad, and the ugly. What else has been going on? We have 20 more minutes to catch up. What's up? What's going on with your life?
Well, I have a story. Can I share it?
I suppose.
So the other day, it's about a week ago, I had a knock on the door, and it wasn't just like your typical knock. It was one of the really friendly, one of those.
Yeah,
but he didn't.
A friendly knock is just like, but that is like a personal knock. Like
that's like an I know you knock.
Thank you. That's a personal knock. Yeah. Okay.
And
So
so I was like, oh, I'm not expecting anyone. I wonder what that knock at the door could be. And so this guy, I open the door, and there's this guy there. He's, maybe late 30s, early 40s. But he's like, hey, so you have this space right here, and I was just wondering if I could use your space and just put my stuff there. I'm your neighbor. I live just right on the other side of that fence, actually, and I'll be right back to get it. I'm a very non-confrontational person. I have a really hard time saying no to people. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever you need to do. And then I see this guy just walk back and forth, and he does like 4 different trips where he's like putting his stuff into this yard, it's essentially like my neighbor's backyard and kind of my front yard because we kind of share that common area. So I see him load his stuff. It's like right outside my bedroom window. And then about an hour later, my neighbor knocks on the door. He's like, hey, did you tell a homeless guy you could put his stuff in the yard? And I was like, well, he said he was our neighbor, and I'm non-confrontational. I have a hard time saying no to people. And yeah, I did. So he's like, all right, no worries. Just wanted to make sure that someone told. I'm like, yeah, he said he'd be back in just, a couple hours. So a week later, the stuff's still there. And it's just it's the oddest collection of things. I don't know what's underneath it because I haven't had the courage to look underneath the rain cover. There's a broom, 2 pairs of shoes, a lunch pail, a hard hat, and a bread maker. And the neighbors are thrilled.
That last part. The good news is if there was a dead body, which was my immediate thought, it would have been rancid and smelled really, really bad by now. So it's been a hot, sweltering August in Southern California. So that's the good news. It's not a body.
No, it's not a body.
It's not a body.
There's a kicker. There's a kicker.
Oh, there's more.
Kind of. My neighbor said the next day after he left the stuff that he saw a guy get arrested nearby, and I don't know if it was that person because I was the only one that saw him and my neighbor didn't. But it's like, what if this guy knew that he was gonna get arrested and he just wanted to store his stuff somewhere? We don't want to get rid of his stuff. It's potentially the only thing that he owns.
Okay, well, there's a lot to digest and how do we say unfold here, Jeff. First of all, you're a very kind and generous spirit, and I think that's sweet. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna say it's definitely time to does that pile of gunk spark joy in your life? When you see it, do you spark joy? Does it
the bread maker, yeah, but the rest of it, no.
And that is why we will be keeping the bread maker for it spark joy.
There's something in there too. I just don't know what it is.
Oh God. Oh God. My mind goes dark places. Rotting flesh smells really bad. Rotting flesh smells really bad. Rotting flesh is an undescribable stench. You know it? It's not it. Okay. It's not rotting flesh, Jeff, but it could be a lot of other rotting things. I would suggest you keep the bread maker for now and get rid of everything else. If it doesn't spark joy, get it the fuck out of your life.
I feel I spoke to my neighbors and we're going to give it some time, but it's just a little bit of an eyesore.
Yeah. Damn. This would be a conundrum if it was the first 24 hours, but you're a weekend, stuff's got to go. I'm so against occupying space. I'm all about freeing space. I'm just get rid of it, purge. Doesn't spark joy. Goodbye.
But every time I see that bread maker, I'm like, wow, you know what? No one really has bread makers these days.
You know what I think you might want to do, and this might help you, is why don't you take that bread maker
plug in the bread maker?
I think you make some
Make
bread,
some bread with it.
break some bread, make the bread and then break it. And really reflect as you make this, since you're a baker apparently. By the way, what the hell were you baking tonight? Like, what are you baking?
I made some s'mores bars.
What's your ratio of chocolate to marshmallow in these s'mores bars? Because I gotta say, I feel like the s'mores stuff goes real chocolate heavy, and I'm a marshmallow gelatinous lover.
Okay, so the heaviest part is it's like a graham cracker cookie base. That's kind of the heaviest part, and I think that's the tastiest part. And then there's a layer of chocolate chips on top and a layer of marshmallows on top. So they're pretty 50-50 on the marshmallow chocolate chip.
If you wanted to, you have my address. If you wanted to like freeze dry one and send it to me or something, like I would definitely be down to try it. It sounds delicious.
For sure, I'll put it in my freeze dryer after I cook it in my bread maker, and then I'll send it to you.
All right, so you're gonna make some bread with the oven. You're gonna break some bread, and then you're gonna really reflect on what sparks joy and what you need to purge. That is a very interesting story. I love that you said that stuff like that happens to you all the time. So your neighbors are having go.
I was gonna say, like, the second I closed the door, I was like, "Why did I do that? Why didn't I just say no?" And it's just like I have the hardest time saying no to people.
Jeff, do you want to marry? Do you want to marry me? Can you just for a few hours? We're just gonna get married for just a few hours. I
see what you did there.
I wish a middle-aged man. Oh fuck! Before I say that shit, no, I take it back. I don't know.
No, I'm really curious where you're going with that.
I was like, I fucking wish a middle-aged man would knock on my door, because mama would be like, "Oh, honey, your stuff can stay and you stay too." Woo! Gosh, that's like a fucking start of a porno. You knew the
But Ella, you don't. According to your previous podcast, you don't watch those though.
I don't. I really don't. But it doesn't mean I don't know the premise of a porno. Like, come on, everybody knows that. Like, I don't do heroin. Doesn't mean I don't know that, like, you draw a little blood out before you shoot it up.
So I just wanted to double check.
Oh, then I think porn is a good thing. Do you want to have a conversation about porn? Because I was
saying that you made the premise seem like it was a good thing, and then when you compared it to porn, I also wanted to prove to you that I listen to your podcast, and
I really do adore you. I really do adore you. You're so wonderful. Yeah. Well, thank you for being an eavesdropper. That actually makes me feel really good. Thank you for supporting whatever this creative outlet I've created is. So we'll keep the bread, get rid of the rest. Actually, you don't want to get rid of it yourself. Just go on free Craigslist and just say, like, free pile of stuff. First come, first serve. And that shit will be gone in 15 minutes. True fact. Not kidding. People love free stuff. They're weird. There are literally people who dedicate their time going on Craigslist, the free listing, and just refreshing every 2 minutes. Will totally, these vultures come and just take it off. So I actually have your address. Maybe I'll just do the posting for you, and then you can feel better thinking that Alex came to get his stuff back, but really it's just a free Craigslist.
Kind of wish you didn't tell me that. It would have been nice if I just thought he took it.
Damn it. You see, this is what happens when I don't have a plan of attack with these podcasts, Jeff.
Can I ask you a question, Ella?
Absolutely, Jeff.
So I had a marry, make love, murder question for you. Kind of the same as what's it called?
Kill?
Yeah, there's a little profanity in there.
Yours is marry, make love, murder for you. Wait, they murder for me? Like, on my behalf?
No. Like, you have to choose one to marry, one to make love. I'm gonna
murder. Why do you say murder instead of kill?
Because then it's 3 M's.
Marry, make love. Okay, see, that makes sense. Marry, make love, murder. Can we say marry, murder, make love?
Sure.
I think marry, murder, make love sounds a little bit more like that's more of an alliteration, Shakespearean style. Marry, murder, make love. That might be an onomatopoeia that I just created there. You're welcome. That's why they pay me the big bucks. Thanks, Jameson. Second shout out. Okay, so
Jameson Black Barrel.
Marry, murder, make love. Oh gosh.
Well, I have two different ones, but the first one is going to be Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, and the Easter Bunny.
This is about to get religious, and I'm sorry, but it's your own fault. So,
Okay.
absolutely murder the Easter Bunny. Because
you kill an animal?
I kill the Easter Bunny because Easter is about the resurrection of our Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ. It has nothing to do with a bunny. The bunny is a representation of the spring solstice equinox. No. So we have to murder the Easter Bunny, and I'm sorry. And actually, there's this really cool YouTube video called Kill Bunny, which is Jesus Christ as Kill Bill. So, Kill Bunny, that was easy. I'm going to send you that video when we hang up. Okay, now it's
Is the next part more difficult for you?
Yes. Marrying Santa Claus just sounds so exhausting. It's like, oh my God, Santa, you're
you can
working
sit on his lap all the time.
Year. But you're working with the kids all year, and Mrs. Claus looks like a miserable bitch, and I don't want her getting mad because I took her man. So I think I just need to be his mistress for a night, and I will marry the Tooth Fairy, and I will make sweet, sweet Santa Claus love to Mr. Saint Nick. Oh, wait. Yeah, Saint Nick. So we're going to do...
Would you give him cookies and milk afterwards?
I'm all the cookies and milk he needs, but we definitely share a Santa Claus cigarette afterwards for sure.
And just to confirm, because if you chose the Tooth Fairy for the make love portion, you'd probably get like $2 to $5 afterwards
for losing some teeth. Oh yeah. I forgot the Tooth Fairy collects coins. Oh wait, no, she doesn't collect coins. She gives coins. Does that make her really rich? Is she
she probably has a lot.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to marry her. She's got access to lots of money. What does she do with all those teeth? I want to know. Oh yeah, and she's always traveling for business, so I don't have to deal with her. She'd be out of my hair all the time. It's like that's my ideal marriage with a woman. It's like, cool, I don't ever have to see you, but I'll marry you. Santa Claus, he like enslaves his, are these elves unionized, Jeff? Like, is there a union for these elves? And then I have to have a whole conversation with Santa, like, Santa, like, these elves need a union. They're working like only 1 month a year, I would be arguing with him, and then like the whole naughty and nice thing, and it's like, why are you giving coal, Santa? And there's no way. It's too complicated. He's too powerful of a man. I just need to have an affair so I can feel good about myself and not sign up for a lifelong commitment to that life, Jeff. And I'm going to need you to not convince me of otherwise.
Okay.
How did I do?
I think you did pretty good. I wish the Easter Bunny, like, you had to put a little bit more thought into it. I thought it was going to be more difficult and less religious. But I don't know. Sorry. With Santa being the make love person, would you prefer to be in his workshop or in the sleigh?
Well, he's coming to me, okay? I've been a good girl, okay? He's coming
to go into your chimney?
He's coming up and down this chimney. I'm not going to his house so his wife can catch us. No, Santa, we make love in my bed, okay? And and I have upstairs neighbors, so we're gonna need Rudolph and the little reindeer to like chill on my rooftop and like not be so loud. Okay, so yeah, Santa's coming to me. Santa Claus is coming right now. Okay, what's the second set?
Homer Simpson, Fred Flintstone, and Peter Griffin.
This was easy. Oh yeah,
they're all the same, but no,
they're not the same. Okay, Jeff, I would 100% marry Homer Simpson. Homer Simpson is one of the most successful cartoon husbands of all time. He is a big deal, okay? And I love his children because I grew up with his children. Nobody will love Bart, Lisa, and Maggie as much as I could. I love them. Peter, what the fuck are the name of your kids? Peter, I can't marry you. I can't marry you, Peter. I'm sorry.
Chris and Meg.
Okay, yeah, you got Chris, who's got the most annoying voice. Megan, who, like, everyone... Can we murder Megan? Like, we're gonna murder Peter and his entire family. Actually, I am murdering Peter to finally get rid of Megan because nobody wants her around anyway. So sorry, Peter, you're donezo. But going back to Homer Simpson.
How are you defining success for Homer Simpson?
Name a celebrity he hasn't met, Jeff. Name one celebrity he hasn't met. Name one concert he hasn't been to. He's been on the fucking moon, okay? He's a big deal. And he acts humble. He wakes up acting humble every day. No, I have to marry Homer Simpson. He's the greatest of all time. He's the best. And look at Marge. She's a babe. He pulled that. Oh my gosh, I'd be happy to be the second wife to her. Oh, I'm so impassioned and so turned on. I'm going to go get my Disney Plus. Simpsons, all episodes of The Simpsons available on the Disney Plus. I'm going to have to watch the first episode. It's been a while.
Speaking of Disney Plus.
You're not going to let me get into... yeah. Okay. Well, wait, who is the third character that you said?
Fred Flintstone, but I think it's obvious.
Yeah, he's primitive. He's primal.
He would make your bedrock.
Call me Mr. Flintstone. I can make your bedrock.
He would. That was hilarious. You're hilarious. No, that's a good one. He would make my bedrock, but not only that, like, he's dumb. I can't marry that. I don't want to murder. You can't murder a dumb person. That's just mean. So yeah, he's Fred. This was I knew the answer the moment you said the names. It was so easy. I would have done that even if I didn't have to choose one. I'd still want to do all three to all three. You know what I mean? Back to Disney Plus. Yes, I got a Disney Plus account recently, Jeff. You have something to say about it?
No, would you like to tell me about it? How is it working out?
It's not working out. It's not working out.
I just learned about it yesterday.
Okay, I'm really glad. So I did drop that nugget to see if you'd bite the bait. Yes, so you and I did a podcast 2 months ago, and things were a little tense with your little Mount Rushmore friend, Triple C. So I spoke my piece, and I felt good about that, and I was like, okay, case closed. Adios, motherfucker, AMF. And then I forgot, well, obviously because of the podcast, but somehow Triple C and I start talking again.
He always finds his way back.
Yes. It turned into a conversation where, he had some extra account availability on his Disney Plus account, and I didn't have Disney Plus, and we're kind of in this little sugar daddy arrangement where I am leeching off of his Disney Plus account, which was fun for me because it was an excuse to talk to him and have a connection with him. But we were supposed to do on Monday, today's Friday, Monday we were supposed to have a Disney Plus date where we watched a movie together, and movie together meaning we like push play at the same time where you're like 3, 2, 1, play. Because I sat on Monday night waiting and waiting for his call, and it never came. And then at 2 a.m, I finally said, "You flaked on me." And all these memories of like why I was so upset at him when we did our first podcast came flooding back, and I was just like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, go f*** yourself. So that's how I feel tonight about Triple C. And incidentally, Jeff, I had a friend reach out to me and say, "Hey, I got a Disney Plus account. Want it?" And that was just yesterday. So I'm like, is this a sign from the heavens that it's time to truly sever the Triple C ties?
And then his is going to be like, "Oh, you have one more account space."
Yeah, he can give my Disney Plus account to someone else. But I'm in this weird thing because my friend gave me the login information, but I'm kind of in this weird like, if I log out of Triple C's Disney Plus account and log into my girlfriend's, then it's really over. So
I don't have one. So if you want to just give me your girlfriend's or one of the other ones,
you want Triple C?
I could start watching Even Stevens all night.
I would give you Triple C's account, but one of our terms was that I couldn't share. Yeah, I said name your terms. He wasn't even smart enough. He was just going to give me the credentials without, like, asking for anything. I'm like, dude, business 101, negotiate. And I'm just like, well, what are your terms? I can't take it for free. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? Do you know what his fucking terms were? These were his terms. Oops, I'm breaking the second term. First term was, you can't give the login. First term was, no, it was, you cannot share the credentials with anyone else. And I'm like, why would I do that? Then I have to share the whole point is, no, I wouldn't do that. So I was like, that's a dumb one. You just wasted your wish on Genie. And then the second term was that I have to speak highly of him on the next podcast. I'm going to argue that I'm speaking very highly of him right now.
Well, he didn't say that you couldn't speak negatively of him, but just that you had to speak highly.
Oh,
so as long as you say something nice at some point.
I think it's very generous that Triple C gave me his Disney Plus account. So I'm speaking highly of him because he gave me access to something. Okay, and then the third term was. Do you know it? I don't remember it. There was a third term.
Oh, I just learned yesterday that you even had it.
Yeah. So was he? In what context did he tell you?
Just asking about you. I was like, why didn't you show up? And he's like, none of your business. And like, it is to my business because you wouldn't know her without me. He's like, not if she wants to lose her privileges to my Disney Plus account.
I fucking knew it. See, yeah. Oh boy, Jeff, you should have told me that. So he
said it. He said that wasn't him being serious.
Yeah, no, it is. It's he thinks. So here's the thing. But I think he was
joking because it's like isn't it like a $3 thing a month or something like that?
Wait, is it only that much?
I think it's super cheap, and that's why he was joking.
Pretty sure it's like $30 a month.
Settle at 17.
Yeah, and then I told my girlfriend, I was like, well, there's this guy, like, his name's Triple C, and she was like, okay, we both know that. Yeah, well, she was like, we both know that guys and you never work out, so just come to my account and save yourself the grief.
Well, that was nice of her.
She didn't say it like that. Gosh. Okay. Do you know what that sound is?
You're like, well, my bottle of coffee.
That means my drink is empty. And this podcast must come to a close, Jeff.
Bye, Ella.
Bye.
Okay, bye. Hey, thanks for checking this shit show out. If you have an idea you'd like to be featured here, my email is ellaurbellapodcast@gmail.com. Thank you.